Hey guys, it's Todd Hart, and I'm trying all new technology. I'm using a thing called StreamYard. It should be broadcasting onto my Facebook page, I should say, and also onto my YouTube channel, or into my YouTube channel. Would that be right? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm Todd Hart. For those that don't know me, I'm not going to go into my background and what I'm going to do is I'm going to direct you to my website. Go to Go Todd Hart. It's streaming at the bottom. I geek out over this stuff. Forgive me. And I've never done this before. I've never done this technology, so this is all brand new. So this is kind of a learning curve for me. It took me about a half hour to figure it out. I did some tests into a group that no one belongs to, and I think it's all going to work out. So don't be afraid of new things. That's lesson one, kids. Don't be afraid of trying something new and just going out into the world live, even though you don't really know what you're doing and how to use the tools, because that's how you learn. So check out my website. First page, it's going to give you a little bit background about me, who I am, what I'm about, what I'm now doing with my life. In addition to what I've been doing, I've now added a new segment, and I've got a new course out, and you can check out my course. You can check out my leadership talk I did for doTERRA, which is the largest essential oil company in the world, and that broadcast went into over 90 countries. It was translated into 5 languages. It was pretty cool. It was a big deal. And I was really excited about that. I'm going to move my mic close just in case this isn't picking me up. So you can check that all out on my website. You can check out my course on my website, and basically you check out the leadership talk, and that leads to being able to go check out the course, because I want to kind of take you on a journey so you know who I am and what I'm about. So I talk a lot about law of attraction, and some people think, well, you're just trying to get the car, the house, the job, whatever, the partner, whatever you're looking for. And it's more than that. It really is about being happy and living a joy-filled life. My wife always jokes and says, I just try not to ruin your good mood every day. Most of my life, I'm in a really good mood. And it's because of my practice. It's because what I'm now teaching. And I want to share that with people. And this is what this is all about. So it's not only about achieving things, but it's about how you feel. So it's for people who maybe they're feeling depressed. Maybe they suffer from anxiety. Maybe they no longer have that was a joie de vivre, right? The joy of life. Maybe they've had trauma in their life and they no longer trust people. They no longer feel connected. They sort of have removed themselves because that's what helps them feel safe. And I want to help them reconnect. I want to help them get their power back, get their joy back, feel connected, and feel, again, that joy for life. And I was watching something. I won't go into the details of it, but what I want for people in the world is I want them to see love, and I want them to feel love. And if I can help one person with that, I will die a happy person, because that's how I live my life. I see love, I feel love, and that's really what life is about. And I want people to experience that. So I'm going to start off with a quote. And I'm just going to read it, and then we'll talk about it, and then I'm going to jump into what I want to talk about today. So the quote is, when I run after what I think I want, my days are a furnace of stress and anxiety. If I sit in my own place of patience, what I need flows to me, and without pain. From this I understand that what I want also wants me, is looking for me, and attracting me. There's a great secret here for anyone who can grasp it. That was Rumi, born 813 years ago. The dude knew law of attraction, okay? That's exactly what he's talking about. And sometimes when people hear that I always tell people, don't take action. Wait for inspiration to hit you and take inspired action. And law of attraction doesn't mean like you just say, oh, I want this, and then stuff just comes into your life. You don't have to do anything. You have to connect to it, and then you have to follow that. If you want it, you follow that divine inspiration. And inspired action is very powerful, and you'll be led. We're all connected, And most of us, the unfortunate part about technology is it actually disconnects us. And we think that this is what connects us, this little device in our hand. And really, our connection is deeper than that. And we don't need this to connect. I can show you example after example after example of things I knew were going to happen. I knew someone was going to call me. I knew someone was thinking about me. I called them and they're like, oh my God, I was just thinking. Like, it happens to me all the time in my life. And that's connection. And that kind of powerful connection, when you have it, that's where you start getting these little promptings like, call that person. Maybe you should go here. Maybe you should do that. And when you're following those promptings in your life, things just click. You're happy, you feel great, and you just accomplish so many things, and you have joy, and you just attract all these great things into your life. So that's what I teach. That's what I'm all about with my law of attraction practice. And the example I'll give you the other day, and I was doing an interview the other day, and I told a story about when you're driving, that's when you're most connected. And I don't like to get into dogma, okay? I use the word God, I use the word universe, I use them interchangeably. To me, it's the same thing, okay? So when I say universe, I'm talking about God. When I say God, I could just be saying universe. When I talk about soul, inner being soul, to me, it's the same thing. So just so you get that from the beginning, and I don't want to get caught up in religion, because I think that when we do that, we're missing something. We're missing what I'm teaching here. So if you can do that with me, if you can put that aside, I'm here to kind of teach you some cool stuff, okay? So the story I want to tell you is I was driving down the road the other day, and I was jamming out to, I think it was Don't Give Up with Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush, right? One of my favorite songs. Energy's high, vibration is high, I'm connected, I'm feeling amazing, I'm not worried about anything, I'm not thinking about anything negative, I just feel alive, I feel excited, I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm just like, life is fantastic, and I'm just jamming out. And I look over, I'm in Rhode Island at this point, I'm coming back from Whole Foods, and I look over and there's a car from New York plate. On the plate, remember listening to Kate Bush, Peter Gabriel. The plate said Kate Bush. And I was like, ah! And I drive by and I'm like, and it's a guy with a beard. And I'm just like looking at this guy, probably thinks I'm a weirdo. And I'm just like, this is so cool. This is what connection's all about. This is what flow state's all about. So that's how life should be. It should be fun and you should enjoy it. So you're only going to hear these promptings and these messages and all of this stuff if you're connected. And what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about, and I just learned about this word from the Calm app, automaticity. Automaticity is you essentially on autopilot. And you're not even aware of where your focus is, what you're saying, what you're thinking, and you're probably thinking negative thoughts, you're gossiping, you're complaining, you're judging, you're taking things personally, you're pushing against everything. Everything is everyone else's fault, and all of this is conditioned into us. Look at Facebook. Somebody will put up an ad saying, I feel fantastic today. And you'll have a couple of people, oh, good for you. And then if someone puts up, someone just cut me off, and this guy's, blah, 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 you'll have 100 people, oh, that guy, and people just lump on it, and they love that kind of stuff. They love it because that's what we're conditioned to. And automaticity is actually a bad thing. Yes, it taught us to survive, right? It taught us to, if we see a wild animal, we're going to go over here. Like we don't live in that environment. Most of us don't. Most of us are safe getting in our car, going to the grocery store, coming home, walking the streets, walking through the park. Most of us don't have wild animals coming after us. We don't have to worry about that. So what has kept us alive for all of these millennia is now actually hurting us. And what I try to teach people is learn to meditate, learn mindfulness, because if you don't have awareness, you don't realize that what you're doing is causing so much havoc in your life. It's making you unhappy. It's pushing people away. It's pushing your dreams away. Everything that you want to accomplish is you're being cut off from your higher power, your universe, your God, whatever you want to call it, and you're left alone, tethered. Untethered Studios. Tethered in place, and you're stuck there, and you don't know why. And it's because of automaticity. It's because of your negative thinking. It's because you're complaining and you're gossiping. So law of attraction very simply is you want something and you say, I want this. And then you connect with it. And your inner being, your soul, connects with the universe, with God. And everything just goes boom, and you have it. And the universe is what they call it cooperating components. Everything is falling into place. And if you stay connected to that, you're going to hear, go talk to this person. You just feel it. You feel it. People call you. All of a sudden your phone rings and it's like the person you've been trying to get a hold of for months. An email comes in. Everything just works out and you're just like, this is so cool. They call it flow state. However, what most of us do, again, automaticity, we have that connection going and we're for a second we feel good, and that's when you feel good. When you're connected and you're going towards what you want, when you're connected, you feel great. Now, what most of us do, because of automaticity, because of the way the world is, how we were raised, right, is we're here for just a second, and then all that stuff is going on, and all we need to do is stay there and be led and be called, as Rumi said, called to it. But what do? We turn over here and we start saying, look what, I'll keep it politically neutral. Can you believe what Trump said? Can you believe what Biden said? Can you believe what this person did, what that person did? Why are they doing that? Why are they not doing that? And then you just push against and push against and push against and complain and gossip. And your energy, your vibration, everything is vibration in this world. And if you don't believe that, I'm not the guy for you. I can't help you. Everything is vibrations. There's high vibrations, there's low vibrations. And all that negative talking about this person and blaming and, it's their fault and they're wearing a mask, they're not wearing a mask. This is BS, that's not BS, all of it. When you push against it, your vibration goes down, 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 down. And this connection that you had is severed and you're stuck right there in place. You're stuck there. And you're missing out on all of the hello, like, hey, talk to this person, call this person, all this is going on. That's still going on. But you're down here, talking about people and doing all this kind of stuff. And most of us don't realize it. We don't realize we're doing that because we're so used to it. Automaticity, we're on autopilot. We're just going through life. And what I want to teach people is, all I want you to do is go to the Calm app. If you have American Express card, I'm doing it. It's like I'm doing a commercial. I should get money from the Calm app. But if you have an American Express, I think it's gold or above, you get the Calm app free for a year. And if you don't have it, pay the money, $60. Just pay it. Trust me, pay it. And every morning, I want you to meditate. It's 10 minutes. And meditate before you do anything else. Before you pray. I always get people always look at me funny especially very religious people, like, what? Oh, what? Meditate when you first wake up in the morning. My eyes are still closed, and I'm reaching for my phone. I'm putting my earbuds in. I can't even see my phone. And I'm meditating for 10 minutes. Then I pray. And why I say that is you want to get yourself in a good place before you pray, because your prayers can be negative. They can be negative. And it can take you down a path. So before you pray, if you pray, I recommend that you meditate. And what it's going to teach you is it's going to teach you mindfulness. It's going to teach you awareness. And what I want you to start paying attention to is how you are in the world, how you live your life, how you react to things, how you respond to things. Here's something you can do. You're not going to like it. Go back in your Facebook posts or your Instagram posts for the last week and see how many of them were negative. Did you need to post it? Was it you complaining? Was it you pointing a finger? They're the people that are wrong. They're the ones that are bad. Go back and look, because that's how you're living your life. And if you're living your life that way, and you're also feeling anxiety and feeling depression, feeling alone, not achieving what you want to achieve, not having the life that you thought you were going to have, it's on you. It's on you. My wife and I always joke and say it's the life I created. Because I have a great life. I'm a happy guy. I'm always happy. It's little moments where I'm like, "Dah!" And then I'll quickly, I'm at the point now where I can feel it. I'm like, I'm going over here. And I'm like, no, we're staying here. We're staying here. That's where I want you guys to be. And I just want you to feel it. So what I'm asking you, I'm going to come on more often now and talk about things. But I wanted to start with automaticity because we're all on autopilot. And you need to break that. Because that autopilot is actually taking you down, 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 down. Look around us. Look around us. That autopilot, I was going to just swear, but I won't swear. That's really screwing things up. I was going to use a different word, okay? That autopilot is not helping us right now. And that pushing against and the blaming is not helping us right now. So for the next week, can you just focus on you? Can you be impeccable with your word? Can you not point fingers and push against and blame other people? How about you just work on you? Remember the other thing, pay attention to your side, keep your sidewalk clean. Remember that? There's so much wisdom in the sayings that people say. So I want you to meditate. I want you to start practicing mindfulness. And then the other thing I'd like you to start doing is practicing gratitude. Because gratitude is going to teach you, one, it's going to teach you awareness, because you're going to go into your day looking for things to be grateful for. And you're going to find them. And when you find them, your vibration starts to raise, and then you start to attract more and more great things to you. So my challenge to you is get the Calm app if you can afford it. If you can't, there's free stuff out there. Just sit for 10 minutes and focus on your breathing. Breathe in, breathe out, and just focus on it. And every once in a while, your brain, it's not possible not to have thoughts when you're doing this. And then when you start to drift off, oh, work, oh, this, oh, that, come back to your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. And just do that for 10 minutes. That's all. That's all the Calm app really is. They're giving you other wisdom in there, but it really is just you taking a moment with you, learning to focus, learning to be present. And that presence brings awareness. Practicing gratitude brings awareness. And the other thing I want you to do is if you have a feeling to do something, buy the guy behind you coffee or the lady behind you coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. Do it. Do it. And the more times you listen to that little voice telling you to do something, the stronger it will become. And the more gratitude that you practice and mindfulness that you practice, you're going to be happy. You're going to be calm. You're not going to feel anxious. You're not going to feel depressed. You're not going to feel disconnected. So that's what I want you guys to do. Now, I've got a buddy, Tom Polifka, who has a podcast. And a lot of people that do podcasts have advertisers. And they do a little segment in their podcast talking about something, whatever. Come to Staples, get, 3-ring binders. But he, in his genius, says, why don't I advertise my own product? So instead of having advertisers, I'm going to do that. I want to talk about my course. I've got a course right now called Living an Untethered Life, the Basics. And you can find it on my website. That's scrolling at the bottom. I love that. That's just so cool. I geek out over this stuff. It's so cool. I have no idea what I'm doing, but that's kind of cool. Go to my website, check it out. Check out my leadership talk. This is me. This is me. You're going to see this me in the leadership talk. This is me in the course. And in the course, I bring it all together. And I give you an explanation of what it is, why you want to live it, and how to live it. And I'm getting really good feedback from people. I got one this morning, and I was like, oh. Now she wants her husband to take the course. She's like, I want my husband to do it because it was so good. And that's cool. I love that kind of stuff. So that's me self-promoting. Instead of having an advertiser on any of this stuff I do, I'm promoting my own course. Check it out. I think it'll change your life. And I'm really proud of it. And I love this. This is where my life has taken me to this point where I want to share this information with other people because I have a great life. And It's not just about material thing. I'm not really a material person. If you notice, I don't even wear a wedding ring. I don't like jewelry. I have a t-shirt and jeans and sneakers. That's me. Okay, and that's it. I don't like to dress up. I don't like to be flashy. I just like to just be the, whatever. So, but what I do have is happiness, and I have joy, and I love my life. I love every moment of my life, and I like helping people. So check out my course. I think it's amazing. I think you'll like it. I think you'll get a lot out of it. And I'm just going to be popping in whenever I feel the inspiration to do it, about sharing different things. But I wanted to open up with automaticity, because we really are on autopilot. And if I can just get you to be aware of the fact that you're on autopilot, and you're just like smashing into cars, blindly driving down the street, because that's what that autopilot is doing. And if I can just make you aware of that, and if you go back and look at your Facebook and your Instagram posts and look at some of the stuff you're posting, is it really what you want to put out into the world? Is that the contribution you want to make to the world, what you're putting out there? Is it? Is that your legacy you want to leave? Just sitting there pointing fingers at people and blaming other people? Or do you want love and joy and happiness and spread that instead? It's up to you. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be here. I'll attract the people that are attracted to this. And if you're not, maybe you're not ready yet, but I hope you are, because God, it's amazing when you follow this stuff and when you practice this. It really is. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Let me read it again. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. So when I tell you to connect, that's your spirit. That's your soul, inner being. Again, I don't want to get caught up in dogma. That's you connected to God, to the universe, and the power that you have there is incredible. And then what screws it up, that gets you down here, is your brain. Mediocre minds. It's that mediocre mind that has automaticity going, that's like, no, we gotta complain and do all this kind of stuff and blah, 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 blah. And you know who said that quote? Albert Einstein. So, do you want to be a great spirit, or do you want to be a mediocre mind? Which one do you want to control your life? There, or do you want to be down here? That's the question for you. So, I'm Todd Hart. Thank you for watching. Check out my website. Check out my course. And I'm sure there was more I wanted to say, but it's my first one. So there you go. Don't be afraid to do something new. And again, I want you to see the love in the world, in the beauty, see it, and I want you to feel it. That's my wish for you. I'm Todd Hart. Peace. And I hope this all worked. And I hope it actually broadcast. I'm probably just talking to myself in my studio. How about the studio? Untethered Studios. What? All right. I'm out. Peace. Thank you. Have a great day. Go see the love. Go feel the love.